What's freaking going on YouTube? Today I want to talk about growth and why doing things differently every day allows you to shed your skin, shed your shell like a lobster and go into a bigger shell. So whether that be moving out of your parents' house, getting your own apartment, getting your own, like a bigger house, whatever metaphorical thing you want to say that represents growth to you, I think part of the process of doing that requires you to do things differently every day, which is why something like a 9-to-5 job might hinder your ability to do that. You know, no one wants to work a 9-to-5 anymore for that very reason. It feels robotic. In Polish, the word job is pronounced robota, which is just an accent put on the word robot.
And so I even got one, like a mic that I could do interviews,
Okay.
podcasts. Are you pretty smart on those things? Or?
Yeah, I do YouTube.
Yeah.
I make videos. I'm vlogging right now, just my daily walk.
Yeah.
Just vlogging, and sometimes I go up to people and I, interview them too.
Yeah. Is there an area of interest or topics that you like to, politics, religion, the dangerous ones, or just safe stuff?
Technology.
Yeah.
Fitness. Mm-hmm. Well, this channel is about deworming.
Oh.
So parasite cleanses.
Yeah.
Like taking fenbendazole, ivermectin, parental palmate, wormwood.
Yeah.
Clove bud, black walnut, just things to kill the parasites in your gut.
Yeah.
I was sleeping till noon every day.
Yeah.
And after I took it, I started waking up at like 6 or 7 in the morning, and I started running and walking and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I got inspired and then made a website and everything, made a channel for it.
Oh.
And then,
Yeah, I'll look you up. What's the channel?
It's called Worm Warrior.
Okay.
You can go to wormwarrior.com.
All right. I'll do that.
What's your, what topic do you talk about?
Politics. I'm conservative. I'm a Republican, Christian. So just talking about, wokeism.
Wokeism?
The danger.
I like red pill stuff on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're starting a podcast. I have a friend in Maryland. He's a pastor, actually, 67-year-old. He's active in politics. He ran a couple times. They didn't get in.
Yeah.
But it shows he wasn't afraid to mix religion and politics, church and state, so to speak.
Yeah, they say to keep the two separate.
Right.
Do you agree with that or no?
Well, it's they claim it's in the Constitution, but that's them misinterpreting it for their own ends.
Okay.
If you keep God out of government, it can be as corrupt as it wants to be.
Right.
With nothing higher to answer to.
I agree. I think that God is very important. I think the concept of God has been politicized, and religion is almost like, I know that sounds bad because you like politics, but
I don't say I like it. I say it's a dirty business. But if people who are upright, people who believe in a higher power, people with humility don't get involved in politics, then we're leaving it to all the crooks, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
People who wouldn't want to be in politics but are reluctantly getting engaged because they see the importance of having our values, conservative values, represented.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to encourage. So.
Yeah. I talk about God on here too.
Yeah.
Like just like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
And like just philosophizing about what people mean by it, because a lot of people use it almost as a manipulation tactic to get you to do something. I feel like
Listen, if any pursuit of man, even if it's God, it has an element of corruption, because man has an element of corruption. It's called the fall from grace. It happened early on. We're all tinged by it. But there are, I believe, supernatural forces that we can appropriate to help us rise above our low state.
Yeah.
Our selfish, self-serving tendencies,
Right.
which are natural to most of us, if not all of us.
Yeah.
There's a way to overcome that to an extent. We're still in the flesh. We're still subject to pulls of the flesh. But there is something called the spirit. We could be subject to pulls of the spirit too.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's your channel or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm on, I know it's a legacy thing, Facebook. Paul Lund.
Paul Lund, guys.
Yep. Look me up, right? Paul-Lund, 2 4-letter words.
Lund. All right, nice meeting
and
you.
you've seen the face, so you can distinguish between the Paul Lunds that are on there.
All right, awesome. Thanks,
right,
Paul.
man.
Have
You
a good
got
one.
it. Thank you, Worm.
I was vlogging and that's why I paused it, because I saw him like looking at me and I thought he wanted to do a conversation, which my instinct was right. So I paused it and then he started talking to me about vlogging, because he saw me vlogging, and then we just got into a conversation about politics, the separation between church and state, and what it all means, you know. And if he sounds interesting, so check him out on Facebook, Paul Lund. I didn't want to like put the camera on his face while I was talking to him. I saved that till the end because it didn't feel appropriate. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, things like that. You meet people when you're doing things, you know. People notice when you're vlogging, and you know, if people are about that life, like social media, and you meet some interesting people. Anyways, what was I talking about? 9 to 5 jobs. Doing things differently every day. That was a prime example. That's growth right there. I didn't really plan that. But I'm saying, like, if you have a career, if you work 40 hours a week, and I know that's a really big change of topic. I'm trying to slow down my thought train and get it on this track. But yeah, being an employee, it just feels like you're being a robot, you know? You're doing chores, you're making someone else richer. But when you take an entrepreneurial approach to life, you inevitably end up doing things differently every day. And you kind of have to guide yourself onto a path that feels like you're growing. And yeah, when you get into business, you start, you know, you kind of start doing things every year kind of the same, because you figure out what makes money, and then you kind of get into the cycle of doing it every year, like cyclically. You do the same thing. Anyways, kind of want to talk about God now that I talked to Paul. And I don't know, that just kind of, I'm like thinking about that conversation now, so I lost my flow. I forgot what he asked me in the beginning. He asked me something about flow state and like interviewing people and stuff. But yeah, a lot of people are political, and they have values that they want to instill on the world. But that whole conversation is very interesting, to say the least. There's a lot of people at the park today. Usually I'm like alone and could talk. What time is it? I think it's like 7:30, or I guess people are here before work or something. I feel like I'm here pretty early though. I mean, I've been here at this time before. Is it? I think it's Thursday. But interesting day at the park, to say the least. Took my 3rd dose of fenbendazole today. Speaking of parasite cleanses. I don't know, like every time I start spiraling into a manic episode, I start like running and worrying about my weight a lot. So maybe I was having maybe I was sort of having like a spiral downwards and didn't even know it. Hey. There's Paul. But yeah, I'm not saying exercise is bad and it means that you're crazy, but that's usually what happens to me, is I start worrying about my weight a lot. You know? I'm like, oh, I gotta lose this weight. Then I lose all this weight. I get off my medication. I'm like, I could do this. And then, bro, I just start like spiraling out of control. I don't know what it is about me, honestly. I think it's just my belief system, and I guess the laws and the civil laws are not set up to have this particular belief that I have, which is that I'm a solipsist. I can only prove my own consciousness exists. And people like Paul, they don't believe that. They think other people exist. And it's about setting up a society and structure with values being instilled in people. I guess with Lorenz and shit, which is my flying car brand, it is kind of chaotic. What I believe is kind of chaotic, and I think that if you get any type of influence, people, they follow success. Like, how did he do it? What should I believe? They look for beliefs, they look for guidance. And it's not that I believe in chaos. I still have, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. So I have certain morals instilled in me, and I have certain values that I uphold to this day. But yeah, back at my car. Short one for you guys today, but glad I got to walk out here. Usually when I'm back in my car, I regain 100% of my brain, because when I'm walking, I'm thinking about the people around me, and I want to talk to them just in case they want to talk to me. So I'm never too deep into a topic, because just in case, just want to prevent myself from getting angry or feeling any type of negative emotions, if that makes sense. I'm gonna try to sell this on my other channel, Lorenz Motors, on YouTube. It's the red icon, the red avatar. And what was I gonna say? Yeah. You gotta come up with a mission for yourself. You really do. You really have to. Money isn't a goal. Money shouldn't be your goal. Like, yeah, if your circumstances absolutely suck, but I'm not really talking to those people. Those people are probably not even watching. If you're watching this, if you have time to watch someone vlog, I don't know. I can't tell. YouTube doesn't tell me if you're, how much money you have, analytically. But, money shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should be to change the world. Your goal should be to level up. Your goal should be to pursue purpose, And don't worry about politics too much. People get distracted by, oh, who's president? Oh, he made a law and it's gonna affect my life. Like, does it really affect your life that much? I mean, like I said, I grew up religious. My mom's very religious about God, but that whole organization is politicized. They believe all these things about, like, whatever the Bible says. They kind of interpret it in their own way, and they kind of believe, like, okay, Proverbs 37:28 or whatever says that the righteous will inherit the earth and live forever upon it. That doesn't necessarily mean that you as an individual are going to live forever. That could mean, and I'm interpreting it as an evolutionary biology standpoint, that if you're righteous and you fit into the environment and you're doing things that God has asked of you, or deems righteous, then you'll reproduce and your genes will get passed on to the next generation. So that's how I interpret it. I don't think that I'm actually going to live forever. The only way that I'm going to live forever is if I reincarnate as myself as a baby and live the same life over again. And, if you go to jail, if you're the type of person that is going to go to jail every fucking iteration of your life, then, you're pretty much screwed. Like, you're just stuck in an infinite loop of misery, and you brought misery into the world. You committed a crime. You did something wrong. Not to say there's people, who go to jail who are innocent and have to. That's a whole nother topic. Just like the justice system is messed up. But anyways, I have to save my battery, and there's a lot more I can talk about, but I'm going to make a video trying to sell that for 10K. I have to practice. So I'm going to tell people that, it's worth you spend 10,000 on it now, but say these become mainstream. This is a one of one model. So in the future, it could be worth, like, equivalent to the Mona Lisa, because it's the original, So your $10,000 investment right now could be worth millions. And it's just about taking that first step. and believing in it, using the power of the law of attraction. I need to start talking like that in my sales, because whenever I make a video, I'm talking about that stuff. But when I talk to people, when you start preaching your beliefs, I don't want to say preaching, but when you're just talking about what you believe in and how you think, if people, don't right away vibe with it, I just get afraid that they're gonna like disown me, and I need to get over that fear. So yeah, that was an interesting day at the park today. Met someone who approached me and wanted to do an interview rather than the other way around. So yeah, I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Like and comment, all that good stuff. Comment your thoughts, and yeah, I'll see you then.